This is Machukanyarieko TV talk show, where we analyze politics and governance issues. We focus on national, local and international news. We examine the political way of our people, social and economic. Nyarieko TV talk show, the house of ideas.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon on this Sunday. In politics, nothing happens on a mere coincidence. A few days or weeks ago, the Honorable Fred Matiang'i did attend the ordination of Pastor Gachagua into a bishop. But what message did Fred Matiang'i communicate? What did Fred communicate? Of course, prior to this, there were rumors everywhere that the united opposition has cracked down. The united opposition is divided. The going of Fred Matiang'i to Wamunyoro during the ordination of Pastor Gachagua to a bishop was very significant, politically speaking. In this video, I will give reasons as to why his attendance was unique in its own ways. But before we proceed, in case you are watching this channel for the first time, or you have been watching and you forget to subscribe to like our videos, kindly do that so that the channel can continue growing and we can continue giving you the required and most updated political thinking. And to our subscribers, thank you for your continued support. Now, let me get back to our discussion today. Despite the fact that there was no direct communication on the advice given to Pastor Dorcas Rigathi prior to the coming of Fred Matiang'i, there had been differences and perceived differences, and the Cold War of words through proxies between Fred Matiang'i and Rigathi Gachagua. And the war may have been informed by the fact that Rigathi Gachagua wanted Fred Matiang'i to join a locally political party in which will use to mobilize the people of Gusii. At the same time, Fred Matiang'i did not listen to that, but joined one of the previous political parties, actually which had been in the ruling. So this had to bring some issues, and even there were news reports that Rigathi Gachagua was complaining about Fred Matiang'i holding rallies in boardrooms. But what does Fred Matiang'i traveling all the way from Simbauti Farm to Wamunyoro mean? This is what it means. If at all there were differences, one, Matiang'i had to cool them down in totality by attending the ordination of Pastor Dorcas Rigathi. You know, Pastor Rigathi being Dorcas being a pastor, we always pray for that. She will pray that, thank you God, for you have even solved the differences between my husband and his friend Fred Matiang'i. You know, there are differences which in most of the times can be a creation of the mainstream medias or social medias. But is going there solved this so much? Two, his presence there brought about a sense of unity within the united opposition. The state bloggers, those state bloggers who were waking up very early in the morning to midnight, creating the differences, were unable even to communicate that day that Fred Matiang'i is at Wamunyoro. You know, when he appeared there, it lavished everything that state bloggers were talking about, the differences between Fred Matiang'i and the united opposition. Initially, we had seen where the united opposition was totally separating or doing activities separating Fred Matiang'i in most of the time. But when he went there, he cooled those tempers. Even there are some theories that when President Moi faced rebellions, maybe from his close associates like Simeon Nyachae, he went direct to his mother and convinced her to talk to Simeon Nyachae to listen to what he wants. Even in 1992, there are those theories that that's what President Moi did. He went to his mother and requested him to talk to his son, not to join the opposition. And again, by Fred Matiang'i attending that function, it meant that he brought about his own security within the family of the Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. So that's the much I can say about the significance of Fred Matiang'i going to Honorable Rigathi Gachagua wife ordination. I've done it so late because I've tried to go through the political analysis of various political commentators have not seen them give the weighty of Fred Okengo Matiang'i to that function. Thank you and have a blessed Sunday.